Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is not your typical Metal Gear game. In fact, it's about as far removed from the series as you could be, while still having just a couple of ties to Kojima. The main character is Raiden. The main goal is kill all the things. While naysayers may say, "Ew, Raiden, you're such a wuss," I would say, shut up, it's the new Raiden. No, the new Raiden. No, I mean the new Raiden. And this new Raiden kicks doomsday quantities of ass. The main gimmick in the game is Blade Mode, which allows you to cut just about anything into as many pieces as you want. Not only is that a very sick way to dispose of a baddie, it's also necessary. After you whittle down an enemy's health, you can chop them into meaty bits. Hit the right meaty bit, and Raiden will rip their spines out and absorb their power in a sort of basement witch, "Give me your soul" style. When you combine this kill-to-live style of recovery with the only defense that Raiden has, which is to parry, it creates a situation where you're forced to stay in combat, and do well in it, or you're gonna die. If you run away from battle, you are doing it all wrong. Get back in there and fight like a cyborg of death. If the normal encounters seem frantic to you, just wait until the boss battles. Rising doesn't just shine here, it blinds with its radiance. Every encounter with a boss character feels like the developer Platinum took the Kojima style of storytelling and said, instead of spending 30 minutes on exposition, let's spend 5 minutes on that, and the next 25 minutes can be reserved for running atop missiles. And it works. Although the Kojima-ness of the story has been condensed, the story is nothing to skip over. It starts off shallow as can be, but eventually brings itself to stand right behind, if not beside, other games in the Metal Gear Solid universe. The real problem is how some of it is told. The cutscenes are great, and just as fun to watch as ever, but the codec is a personal gravity well of hatred for me. Instead of stopping you to give you the story thus far, you're given control of Raiden, kinda. He smacks his ear against his head, and is then trapped in whatever area you are currently exploring. Then they drone on, and on, and on, and on, all the while leaving you chomping at the bit to actually play the game. Had control been wrenched from my hands entirely, I might not have had as much of a problem with this. But the laughably veiled illusion of freedom was more insulting than liberating. The other major problem with the game is its length. I don't know what more to say than I beat it on normal in 4 hours. These were some of the most exhilarating 4 hours I've had in a game, but 4 hours for $60 is kind of a hard pill to swallow. But, even with those two issues, I loved Rising. The game is action to its core. The combat is smooth and polished to a razor's edge. Bosses are unique beyond their combat sequences, each one having a semi-unique story that goes behind them. And the music, oh, the music, is something to be adored. Full retail may be a bit much for the length, but you, without question, need to have this game in your collection. That's why Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance gets an 8 out of 10.